It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and judging by the sound of this beer and who it's come from, this should be a really stunning beer. Let's show you it. It's by Deeds Brewing Company in Australia, and this is their Conductor's Special Reserve. It's coming in at 9.5% ABV. The description of the beer on the front of the can is a Smoky Baltic Porter. It's a limited edition beer. It's a 440 milliliter can. Deeds Brewing Company have been brewing beer independently since 2012. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Whoa, look at that little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Bit rigorous with the pour, gonna slow it down because I think it's going a little bit too crazy. I want to be able to get all of the beer into the glass in one go, which I might slightly fail with here. I'm okay. It's gonna dissipate a little bit, I think. I hope, I know. It's slowly dissipating. And whilst the beer slowly dissipates, I want to say a massive thank you to Trav in Australia for sending us this beer. Oh my goodness me, look at this. There it is, it's all in. Oh, I could just stare at that forever. Jet black beer in the glass. There's no light bleeding through that beer whatsoever. It is thick, that is dark. We have a 3-finger chocolatey tan coloured head that really does want to stay around forever. That is a viscous, big, thick, creamy head. I'll show you the rolling round of the beer later on, but I created that great big head and I need to drink some beer now just to kind of get rid of it a little bit. So, aroma first of all. Ah, it's dreamy. It's absolutely dreamy. I love a Baltic Porter. Baltic Porter is actually... I've got to be a little bit careful because there's some Baltic Porters that tread the line of being really Imperial strength dark lagers. And then there's Baltic Porters that are porters but are Imperial strength. I think this is one of those. This is an Imperial Porter with a little bit of smoke in the aroma. But it's pipe tobacco smoke. It's kind of rich and caramel, bitter dark chocolate, creaminess coming through. So they've used probably the German smoked malt to produce this beer. That's going to be a good one. Should we dive in? Cheers, everybody. Oh. I lost track of everything. Just amazing. Just amazing. Oh. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. Now, This is brave by Deeds. This is really brave. This is late into the Australian night beer. This is hot summer's day. You've been on the lagers all day, maybe the pale ales, the IPAs, and you want something now. The sun's gone down, you're still with your mates at 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. You've strung one on, but you fancy one more beer. You fancy one more beer, and you want that last beer of the night. You're going to share it with a friend or two. You want that beer to be completely kind of like monumental, really special. The heat of the day is gone. You're there, you can hear the I can almost imagine it. You can hear the crickets like all night as they do, but it's cooling down, and you can't really hear. The roads are gone quiet. Everybody's in bed, bar you and your couple of friends, and the mood of the day is about kind of you're all relaxed. You're all kind of leaning up against a bar, or you're in your kind of deck chairs about to go to sleep, but there's time for one more beer, and this would be that very beer. It really would. The roasted malt in this beer, the smoked roasted malt in this beer is absolutely terrific. You get a sense of the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel from the roasted malt. There's vanilla in there. Oh, it's just very, very, very special. The mouthfeel is just beyond incredible. It's thick, it's creamy, it's rich, it's rolling around the inside of the palate. There's a little spring of carbonation to remind you of the very fact that it's a beer in the first place. I don't know. I'm still at that stage. Do I really want to talk low? I don't know where to start. Do I start with that wonderful tobacco smoke malted flavour that they smoke the malt. They smoke the malt so the malt is smoky, and then they use that malt to brew the beer. Then it's not just that, but then they use roasted malt in the beer, where they've roasted the malt. So like a roasted coffee bean, a coffee bean is green. You roast the coffee bean, it goes very dark brown, black. And then it gives off flavours of coffee, of course it does, but more of a roasted coffee bean. It's the same with malt. If you roast malt, it goes from being kind of biscuity and bready flavours over to bitter dark chocolate. Wonderful kind of little bit of sweet caramel. And a certain coffee flavour, a roasted coffee flavour from the malt. Oh, this is just amazing. This is just amazing. I was going to show you the roll, wasn't I? Have a look at the lacing first and foremost of the beer, but now I'm going to roll the beer around in the glass. There you go. You can see the body now. You can see that body with me rolling the beer around. You can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Oh, this is just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Trav in Australia, for sending me this wonderful beer. I'm not going to read all this out because there's a really long description on the beer. I'm just going to hold it, let the writing focus for you, and pause the video right now if you want to read that description out. Okay, I'm hoping you've done that. They're based in Glen, Australia. Victoria in Australia. I'm ready to rate this. I'm ready to rate this. This is just 9.5% ABV goodness in a glass. Rating. That is one of the best, if not the best beer that I have ever had from Australia. I've had some incredible New England IPAs, double IPAs, all sorts of fantastic lagers. Not much in the way of, pardon me, not much in the way of fantastic Imperial Porter, Imperial Stout, Baltic Porter style beers, but this would be definitely the best Imperial Stout, Imperial Porter, Baltic Porter type beer that I've kind of ever had from Australia, and I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!